Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims and welcome to sort of a new segment. Well, it's a new game. You can see it's Genso Manege based on the title. You will also notice on our thumbnail that it says Spacey partially plays. That's a whole new thing we're gonna be doing maybe now. If you're new here, I'll give you some info on me. Hi, I'm Spacey. Welcome. I have a bird who sits with me, who digs his dagger toes into me, so I will be talking to him every once in a while. I will probably be screaming in pain when he digs his dagger toes into me. He's got very sharp nails right now. Anyway, there's that. I swear a lot, and I do all the voice acting for Otome games that we play, and I do it badly. There you go. If there's anything else, I'll let you know. You think I'd know after, like, almost 10 years doing this, I'd have this spiel down, but I think we've only been doing Otome games for like 8 or 9 years though. But anyway, so our typical segments that we have is we play Otome games, and then I also have mixed reviews where we play games that have questionable reviews and we know that they're going to be kind of train wrecks or really hard to get through. We haven't done one of those in a while. This is a new thing, and it's partially plays because this is a game that is localized by P-Cube, and P-Cube has restrictions on how much of the game you can play. Now, I want to put this out there because this has made me excited since I got the email. I was contacted by P-Cube and offered a game code for this to play this game. I had already pre-ordered it, so I responded back like, hey, you don't need to give me the game code. I pre-ordered this already, but like, I'm still extremely stoked that you reached out to me because I love playing Otome games, and I've had indie teams reach out to me, but I have never had big budget developers or localization companies or anything reach out to me, aside from that time with Voltage where they reached out to me to yell at me. But like, nobody's ever reached out and been like, you want to play the game? God, yes, I do. So, thanks to Daniel at P-Cube. So everybody say hi to Daniel and thanks him for reaching out to me and being so kind to answer my questions. And if Daniel ever sees this, I'm sorry I might be harassing you with more questions in the future about future localizations. But this game, I titled it Partially Plays because we are only going to play what they allow us to play. Now, so that means this is a good for you to get into the game, see if you really like it, if it appeals to you, so then you can go out and buy it. Now, even on the games that we do play fully through, I always advocate, guys, if it seems interesting to you, go buy the game, support the developers, support the localization companies, support these games so we keep getting them localized, because this is what brings me joy in my life. So we need more of these, and we are in our heyday getting localizations left and right. P-Cube is localizing a ton of games this year, but so you know, with the caveat that if we play any P-Cube games, they will only be partially played because we are going to follow their rules, because we don't want to get our channel banned, and we don't want to make P-Cube mad at us or be sad because they told us and then we ignore. We're not going to ignore the rules, okay? I know with Bustafellas we ignored the rules, but that was only because I didn't read and I'm stupid. And I'm very sorry, everyone at P-Cube, for being a dumbass. That was my bad. I was not trying to do it on purpose. I totally just didn't read the card in the beginning that said, don't record past a certain point, because I'm an idiot. But now I know. So this, we can record the prologue, chapters 1, 2, and 3 in full, and we basically just have to have commentary over the gameplay, which we always have. I ramble, I talk a lot. If it would normally take you, say, 2 hours to play, say that, I'm sure it's going to be a little bit longer, it'll take us 20, okay? Because I talk a lot through it, I'll speculate. Plus, I did turn the voice acting off. I don't know if I'm assuming if you're allowed to play partially, they're okay with having the voice acting on. But since I normally don't have it on and I normally do the voice acting, I'm just going to continue in that vein. I will leave it up to you guys, unless someone from P-Cube reaches out and says, no, actually, don't do this. For games that we partially play like this, where we have rules where we can only go to a certain point, do you want me to leave the voice acting on for those games? I leave this up to my standard audience because I know you guys multitask. I read it to you. I let you know when there's a CG so you can pop over and check it out. And I know you're doing other things and this is background. I want to make it work for you guys. I don't want to change up the formula if that's not going to work for you, because I play these games for me to have fun and I enjoy them, but I'm also here to try to make your lives a little easier, and I don't want to mess up your groove. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've gotten into a groove here, guys, so I want to make sure we keep the groove. So for now, we are going to do what we normally do. I'm going to have the voice acting off. When we hit when it starts chapter 4, we're going to stop because we're not allowed to record past that. We're not allowed to record from chapter 4 on. You know what I mean? And then we will go back in, turn the voice acting on, and maybe check out some of the scenes that we've already played and done that. I will specify that since I have been looking forward to this game in particular since it was announced. Okay, I am here for this. Hugo better be right there, right up and back, because, I'm here for Top Hat Guy, okay? Sold. Instantaneously, okay? I lost my train of thought because I was too busy thinking of how pretty he is. Guys, this is what we do here. We get lost. We'll go back and turn on the voice acting, listen to some of the scenes. Is that all I was going to say something else. Good God, you come here for the shenanigans and the insanity and whatever. But, anyway, because I can't record past a certain point for you guys, we can't play it together. That means that when I'm done, I have to play the game on my own. And that takes me forever to do because my routine is I play the games with you guys. So I have to now adjust my routine. Which means we will probably not be doing too many P-Cube games back to back just because I don't want to have 30 games that I started and never finished, because I don't want to do that to these games or to me. So we will be doing the partially plays type segments where we do this and then we'll play another game that we can play the full game, whatever, and then eventually we'll be like, okay, now that when I've finished this in my backlog on my own time, then I can start a new one. I just don't want to, for me, have 32 games running, because I already have 6 other games that I have yet to finish floating around out there, and I don't want to make it worse. You know what I mean? So I need to adjust my off time and everything. So just know that there'll be, things like that. And if there are games that you want me to play or you guys are asking about them, if they are games that P-Cube localizes, that's why we will be spreading those out a little bit, just so I can catch up and make sure I finish them on my own. And we will not be able to play the full thing because we're going to, we're following the rules. Okay? We're, anyway. But anyway, yes, so remember, thank Daniel for reaching out because that made my freaking life. Just FYI, and anybody else from P-Cube who's watching, please always reach out to me more about other games, because I'm here for you. I'm here for it, all of the Otome games, every single one of them. Okay? Anyway, let's get started. We'll start with new game. Do we get to change our name? Yes, we do! Okay, so. Sorry, Emma. Look at, she's adorable. Love it. Okay. But we're spacey. It's going to be all caps. Like we're yelling at ourselves. Oops. Not spaces. I didn't... Guys. I'm not good with things. Oh, we could put numbers in there. We could put Okay. All right. Now you're just being weird, controller. Okay. With the name you'd like to use. Yes, I love the little menus and everything. This is cute. And hopefully, the sound is really good in the background and everything, but Prologue. I'm happy they have title cards for the things because I was like, I'm hoping if we can't record past a certain point, I'm going to know when that point is. I would assume they had cards. The sky was gray. Ooh, I like the little text box. It's pretty. Okay, we're going to need to speed that up. Hold on. Hold on. Wait. Aha. Ooh! Look at the little balloons! This is cute! Where is my... Oh, config. That's we were right where I want. I love that. Okay. Text speed needs to be a lot faster, and we'll go super fast at the text speed. Okay. I'm surprised. That wasn't that much, and I thought it was going to be like a normal speed. This is extremely slow. Anyway, snow fell from the clouds like porcelain crystals from a dull curtain. That's much better. Frost covered the park, coating its already still attractions in frozen, silvery sheets. Where there was once smiles and cheers, silence now reigned. Save for a few souls, that is. I love the transition of the text box when it disappears. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. I thought I turned the voices. Oh, you know what? I think I turned them on. Hold on. I think I turned them back on. I did. I turned them back on because I was trying to see in the voice menu, like I was trying to come over here and I was going to be like, all right, listen, sometimes you eyeball a character and you just know what goofy voice you're going to give them. But I was like, let me see what some of them sound like to see if I can like pick one of my voices to do with them. But you can't in this menu. Like you can change the page, you can restore the default, select them back. But when you select, it just selects them to adjust. It doesn't let you, like sometimes you can do it and you can hear what they sound like. That would have been a nice thing to have. But, okay, so anyway. I'm not sure if these are any of our characters, but anyway. Why are you doing this? This is robbery! You have no right! I love the transition of the text box. That's so amazing. I think you'll find that we do. Ignore them. Proceed. Yes, sir! That's so much. This is Hugo. I know it. He's got purple hair. So anyway, we're giving Hugo the flirty whore voice because he just looks like he should. You know what? Listen. Listen, if you're going to be the ringmaster of the circus, it goes. It fits, guys. We know anyway. Stop! Stop it! This is all we have! You know what the thing I forgot? Oh my god, guys. I forgot to read you about the game. Oh my god, I'm so dumb. I'm sorry. I was just so excited to start recording and get in here that I have done this so badly. I'm much better at this than normal. Like, guys, I'm not a professional, not by a long shot, but I am much better than this. Here's the thing. I normally read you off Atome Kitten's page. But I decided, whoops, hold on, I can't type as I'm talking. I normally read off her page, like the info about the game, because we use her guides when we're playing games. But the thing is, I figured in this case, I'm not going to use a guide for it because there's no point, right? To get down a certain route. I mean, I don't know that there are choices, in things. So let me read the synopsis. I'm so sorry, guys. It's pre-Friday. It's a Thursday. My brain is broken. Yesterday at work, I just spent 4 hours trying to fix a problem that wasn't even mine to fix. And as soon as I went to someone else and was like, I just need a second set of eyes. He's like, oh, I know what that is. Somebody did something here. And I'm like, you mean it's not even my stuff that's broken? It's somebody else did. I'm like, oh my God. Like, so I have no brain power left. Okay. Like I have none. I used it all. I used my entire week's worth up yesterday. Anyway, the synopsis. Set in a wonderlessly evocative reimagining of France, which is why we're going to have a hard time pronouncing words. I can't pronounce French words. The story follows the protagonist, Spacey, orphaned at a young age as she fights to uncover her forgotten memories. Oh! There's always someone with amnesia, and it's us. A witch who lost her powers when young and now living a quiet life, Spacey, is led by the memento her father left her and finds herself swept away with the arrival of a traveling amusement park in town. Circus, amusement park, same difference. Not really, but you know what I mean. I was every bit. Oh, no, okay. I'm just this is her. Okay, so. And then we've got all of our. And then we'll go through all of the voice acting and things that they've been in that we've played and everything like that when we get to there. But that's just basically the little background. Okay. But we're not going to use a guide or anything. I feel like there's no point. You know what I mean? We'll just wing it because we're not going down any route. So we'll just guess. We'll guess. We're going to get a bad end in the prologue. Anyway, you'll find no sympathy from me, son. Is this like his actual dad or he's just like talking down to him? Sorry for that interruption. The man drew a gun. Wait, he is one of our characters, I think. Enough of this. He pulled the trigger. There was a flash, then smoke coiled out from a barrel. It does get really distracting, though, with how many times it does that. I love it, but it's one of those, like, okay. A bullet sped toward the fallen young man, only to collide with something else entirely. That something let out a shrill whine as the bullet bore into it. There was another, brighter flash of light, one of blinding intensity. For a split second, everything was white. And then darkness. Can you hear me? Answer me, please! I don't know who's talking, so someone was shouting. Please just say something. I can't lose you too. You have to open your eyes. I was like, are we getting a theme song? Because we're going to skip it. Oh, and they have the ability too that you can turn her sprite on and off, I'm assuming, like right here. But like we're gonna leave that on because she's adorable, so I'm so excited about this game, guys. I can't even. I jolted awake. I found myself in my room, rays of the morning sun poking through the curtains. I know we've been playing for like 2 minutes, but so far, like the writing and everything, like obviously, you know, is just, it's good. It's very poetic. So good job on the translation so far. Like, you know, because I'm assuming that and sometimes games are just written straight out, you know, and then sometimes they have poetic wording. And that I think is very hard when if it's in Japanese like that with like very poetic Japanese writing to like localize that and make it sound as pretty. But so far the writing comes across very pretty. So credit to the actual writers and credit to the localization team for making it as pretty as the what I'm assuming was the original writing. Or credit if you were like, we're just going to fluff it up a little and make it prettier, then like, whatevs. I'm just saying. So overall, credit to everybody who did any kind of writing or localizing right now. Because so far, it's nice. We got some poetic wording. I like it. Anyway, I found myself in my room, rays of the morning sun poking through the curtains. I think I read that. The aroma of freshly blossomed violets drifted through the slightly ajar window. Am I... Something ran down my cheek. I reached up to touch it and felt something wet. Tears. I'm crying? But why? That dull winter sky flashed across my mind. The image was faint, close to vanishing like smoke in the wind. Still, I knew it was the place I dreamed of. I can't remember much, but it couldn't have been a very good dream. Why else would I be crying? Hey, you up? I don't know who's talking, so a knock came at my door, pulling me out of my trance. I glanced at the clock on my bedside table. It was well past time to get out of bed. That doesn't mean you have to. Yes, sorry. It's or no. That's how you pronounce. I had to look up some of the pronunciations because there's. Oh, I forget the other guy's name. Oh fuck, I forgot how to pronounce it. But I was like, some of these are French, and I don't know how to do it. So I looked it up. Um, Although one of the characters is Crier, and I don't know if you're supposed to pronounce that different because everything I could find, I was like, as a name, and everyone's just like Crier, and I'm like, yeah, that's the obvious, but like, I feel like if it's French, it's probably like got some kind of fancy accent on it. So I'd say if you guys know, let me know, but like, I'm not, well, let me know because like, we're not really too far ahead in recording, so you never know where I'm gonna be when this part goes up, to be fair. So I think this part goes up like I think I'm like a week ahead at this point because I'm like really behind. So normally I'm like 4 to 5 weeks ahead, so it's like don't bother, we'll be done, and I'll be like 6 games ahead by the time you get to this. But no, you might, we'll have at least a week behind, so I'll be like brutalizing the names probably through the whole thing. So whatever, it's fine. Yes, sorry, Arnaud. I'll get changed and have breakfast ready soon. Relax. It's already done. Take your time. I have to remember which character. Was he the one that was going to get the accent? I'm not sure. I got to see him first. I forget. Anyway, oh. Whatever I might have said, embarrassment stole the words from my mouth. I can't believe I slept through one of my only jobs. I'm really, really sorry. Finally managing to squeeze out an apology, I hurriedly dressed myself. Yes, because Hugo gets the flirty whore voice. Sergei looks like he's got the angry voice. Oh, he's the salty-looking glasses character, so we're also in love with him, by the way. Leon is a rabbit. So we don't know what he looks like, but he's in a bunny costume. Crier actually kind of looks like he would have a spunky kind of voice. The other guy's name that I can't remember off the top of my head right now, but that I did look up how to pronounce it and now I've forgotten. He's green. Like his coloring is all like he's got green hair and like a green jacket and whatever. Kind of seems like he'd be a little quieter just because he's got his hood up. So I think Arnaud was going to be the one with the accent. He was the only one that, would work. So it's not going to be a French accent though, because I can't do French accents. I can do like I am French, which is just very offensive. Pretty sure all my voices are offensive, but all my voices are ridiculous and bad. That's what you come here for. Once I came downstairs, I found food for 3 waiting at the table. The comforting scent of freshly baked baguettes enticed a growling from my stomach. Good morning. Good morning, Madam Alice. I'm sorry I slept in so late this morning, sorry. Do I have you to thank for breakfast? Oh yeah, okay, there you go. So, that's Arnaud. Okay, so he's gonna have the accent, because, like, that's the only one I got left. He just looks kind of like he'd have a normal voice, but anyway. Don't be ridiculous. Somebody has to get it. Arnaud put down his food, stood up, and pulled out my chair for me. How sweet. He's adorable. Thank you. Don't mention it. I should have waited for you. Oh, that's okay. I took a seat. Along with the baguettes, several colorful fruits adorned the table. I told him I'd prepare breakfast, but the boy just wouldn't budge. I'm hardly clumsy enough to burn a simple baguette. Oh. I'm hardly clumsy enough to burn a simple baguette. Okay. And yet, you always manage to surprise me. Now, that's just not true, isn't it? For some reason, her last 2 sentences confuse me. I'm hardly capable, like, is she supposed to, it sounds like she's saying, like, I don't burn baguettes, but I feel like she's saying that she does. Like, she's incapable of cooking. Where's the, oh, nope. X is the log, so. Now that's just not true, isn't it? Why does that sound odd to me? The phrasing just sounds odd. Anyway, I glanced around the room as if searching for an answer. I'd seen Madame Alice's attempts at cooking before. Well, calling it cooking would have been generous. I can't exactly blame Arnaud for stopping her, but at least she's trying. They are putting her on the spot, Mom. Oh, that's his mom. And they sound like they came from two totally different places in the world, but whatever. I am not. You make me sound like such a villain. I kind of was I was wondering because of the hair color if they were related, but and obviously Alice seems like an older woman. Although props to whoever designed her for not making her look dead, despite the fact that she has a son. So I'm just saying, they're usually like, okay, bags and wrinkles. She looks like the Crypt Keeper. She's 120. You know what I mean? So they still make her, but she just, definitely has the air of like not being. Are we supposed to be like 16, 17? I don't know. But she looks like she could be 30 or 40. You know what I mean? Like she doesn't look 15. You know what I was, but although I mean like we could probably all pass for 20. So I'm not sure how we're supposed to be. Laughing coming out after I like stopped reading and trying to figure it out. We're just orphaned at a young age. It doesn't really say how old we are, so we'll figure it out. This was very much a common spectacle with these two. The Vincents and their little antics were a part of everyday life for me. So is Arnaud our childhood friend love interest because we've known him for so long, I'm guessing? Who knows? I don't know. It's been 7 whole years since I moved in with them. Until I was 10, I lived in Paris with my family, but after nearly drowning in the Seine River, I lost most of my memories. So we're 17. Okay. My father lost his life during the incident. Since my mother had already passed due to illness, I became an orphan. That was when the Vincents took me in. We, including Arnaud's father, Daniel, had stayed in Paris for some time. Okay, Daniel's one of our characters. That's his name. Okay, he was in the main menu of characters, and he's the one that it looks like when they did the cutaways in the very beginning, and you saw Hugo and you saw the other guy with the gun. I was like, that looks like what? So it was Daniel. So, like, was it Daniel that was So, that's wrong. 6 years ago, though, Arnaud and his mother and I moved here to Blancburg. The shock had put me into a precious mental state, in a precarious. Wow, I can't read. It's also, to be fair, I'm sitting far enough away. Like, I think the text box is fine, but it's a little far away for me, and the words are kind of small. I think if you're playing on your Switch, it's perfectly fine. But for me on a TV that's not as close to my face as a Switch would be. So that's just me. Also, like, swear to God, I keep passing my vision test, but anyway, the shock had put me in a precarious mental state, so the change to a smaller, quieter town was likely for my sake. They'd never said as much, but I knew. Also, like, right now, my right eye, like, I have an astigmatism, but it is just, everything is blurry, so, like, if I close my right eye and stare and read, I can read so much better with my just left eye than both. Because my right is messing me up. So, fair enough. Maybe I should just be blaming that every time I can't read. I just can't read, but also, like, sometimes my eye's just blurry. Monsieur Daniel stayed behind on account of his work. I hope he's well. I haven't seen him in a long time. We just saw him trying to shoot Hugo. I assume. Hey, try this gem. A coworker gave it to me, and it's some great stuff. Oh, okay. I'll try some on my baguette. I spread the strawberry jam on the bread and took a bite. A perfect balance of sweet and sour filled my mouth. You're right. This is delicious. Arnaud gave me a wide smile. I want to wash it down with some coffee, always. Allow me. I'll get it. You keep eating. He stood up and walked over to the kitchen. 7 whole years and Arnaud's still as kind as ever. Ever since I'd lost my family, he'd been a constant in my life. A friend. See, I know it's only been 7 years, but he's basically the childhood friend. The one that knows you the best, that's known you longer. I'm just saying. So if that's your jam, here you go. Here's your boy. And a pillar of support. He's adorable, though. Normally the childhood friend love interests aren't my jam, but it's like, unless they draw him pretty. He's drawn pretty, so I'm okay with it. After cleaning up breakfast, I followed Arnaud out to see him off to work. It was a beautiful day with clear skies and just the right amount of sun. Vibrant flowers that decorated the road swayed in the breeze. Oh, and look at his little outfit. Look at your little hat. I mean, we saw the rest of the outfit, but like when you throw the little cloak over you, which I'm not sure is just a jacket that you didn't put your arms through, but like whatever, you're wearing it like a cloak and I'm here for it. Something happened this morning. What? Why do you ask? You never sleeping. It's like you might be sick or something. Look at you caring about us being so fucking adorable. Get out of here. Don't get out of here. I love you. Arnaud suddenly stopped and peered at me. No, it's not that. I just had a strange dream is all. I don't remember much, but I know it was sad. Restless night then, huh? You read a scary story before bed. Oh, you read a scary story. You read a scary story before bed. I can read. Read. It's the same word. Just chose the wrong one. It was about a witch, and it wasn't scary, because we're a witch. The witch saved a girl from being bullied and turned her into a princess. You realize you're in the minority thinking witches aren't scary, right? Is he going to be afraid of us when we turn out to be a witch? Well, this one wasn't, and I'm not either. Okay. He prodded my head with his finger. People fear things they don't understand. Whether you're a nice witch or a scary one, you can't let others know. Okay, so he knows we're a witch. All right. I know. I do think it's funny that he starts off with, like, you're the only one who thinks witches aren't scary. And you're like, I'm not scared. He's like, shh, we don't talk about these things. So I guess he's like, we're just pretending you're not a witch because you know I'm a witch and you start with, like, witches are scary, though. And you're like, rude? Not like anyone would believe me. How would I convince them? Cast a spell? I mean, I'm just saying, if you met someone who was like, I'm a witch, and you're like, prove it, and they cast a spell, you'd probably believe them. You know? Depending on what it was. It wasn't just my memories I'd lost 7 years ago. I'd lost my magic, too. All that practice I'd done with my mother as a child, gone to waste. Okay, but if she lost her memories, how does she remember she's a witch? How does she remember her mother and her father? So she's lost certain memories, not all of them. I'm just throwing that out there. Because, like, I don't know if they considered that when they were writing. They're like, she loses her memories, but she remembers her father. She remembers almost drowning. I mean, it was a tragic event, so sure, you remember that, but you don't remember anything except for, I mean, you. So she didn't lose all her memories. She just lost a bunch of them, basically. Okay. All right. I mean, fair enough. That's fine. But it just, there's a little plot hole there, but. I wonder where that star necklace went. And she remembers a star necklace. My mother and I had matching necklaces. Not only had it helped to control and regulate my magic, but it also reminded me who I was, where I came from. But it vanished during the accident 7 years ago. Okay, so again, only certain memories have been erased. I think that's clear because she remembers her necklace, her mother, and then she knows what it was, and it reminds you where you came from. Well, but do you remember where you came from or not? Because there seems to be a very big list of things that she does remember, so. Okay. Witches were all but extinct thanks to cultural persecution and hunts 4 centuries ago. Eh? My mother was the only one I knew other than myself. Well, now it's just not exactly you. Despite that, our dark history still lingered. Most people weren't fond of beings like me. My parents had made sure to impress something upon me, though. Magic was a force for good. My mother, at least, had been a kind and caring witch, so I chose to believe in her. I believed in him as well. Who was that boy anyway? I can hardly remember. Okay, there's something she forgot, because she's been doing really good at remembering. No, this is absolute. Oh, no. I was like, it's a cloak. No, because I thought the front piece, that's just his vest. It looks like it's got sleeves. He's just wearing his coat like a cape, and I'm here for that kind of sass. All I could recall was that he'd been very important to me. Although I wasn't even sure of that either. Anyway, I should get going. I'll be back a bit late today. Investigating somewhere far off again. Arnaud was was a reporter for a local newspaper. He had to travel often for work. Far enough that I'll need a bike at least. Oh, nearly forgot. He produced a flyer from his pocket. You hear about this? A travel and amusement parks in town. You like this kind of thing, don't you? I was like, when are we? I was wondering, is he going to go investigate the park? And then we're going to follow him for some reason? Because I'm like, But this is how we get there. An amusement park in Blancburg? I practically leapt for the flyer and read its contents. Oh, you're not making me read. I can't read French, guys. I can't read, and I can't even pronounce. Is that Rive or Rev? Is it Le Foix? Le Foix? Is that how you pronounce it? De Rive? I don't know. Anyway, something. The fair of something. I'm assuming that means fair. I know bienvenue. That's on the state sign going, is that in New Hampshire or Vermont? Which New England town is on this bienvenue have? You think I would remember because I lived there for so long, but I'm like, it was on one of those states. It was probably New Hampshire because that's where I lived. I also lived in Massachusetts, but it wasn't Massachusetts, was it? I don't know. It's one of those New England states. Listen, they're all basically the same. It's the same. It's all the same. There's no difference where you're like Vermont, New Hampshire, all the same. It's all the same. Maine's a whole separate ball game, though. That's there. It's just that's like basically Canada. So anyway, children and adults alike are invited to come have the time of their dreams. Visit us from April 1st to June 30th. A map marked their location. They were in a forest near the outskirts of town. I don't know. I do like amusement parks, but I'll sit this one out. I didn't earn my keep. I don't earn my keep like you do. Oh, please. How many women do you know who have jobs? Housework counts as earning your keep just fine. Okay. We obviously live in ye olde times. If, women having jobs? The music stopped as soon as I said that. It was like, right? But points for him for being like, taking care of a house counts as work, dumbass, because we stand a man like Arno, okay? Who's over there like, cooking and cleaning is still a job, even if you're not getting paid for it and you're still doing work. Unlike the men who think that well, that's what you should do and also have a full-time job. I'm going to punch you in the face, sir. So, good for him. Being like, you don't have to have a job. You're helping us by cooking and cleaning and shit. So pulling equal weight here. So he's winning points. All I'm saying. I won't force you or anything, but really, you should go if you want to. He ruffled my hair. Hey, let me know how it is if you check it out. Could make for a good article. Anyway, I'm off. Stay safe. Arno hopped on his bike and sped off to the office, and also we're riding bikes. It could just be like the little town. An amusement park here, of all places? Look at our cute little carousel music box. I placed the flyer on my desk and picked up my music box. After I'd wound up the key, I replaced it on the dresser and watched the horses spin as music began to play. I said it like I'm Australian. The pastel top turned, glass gems twinkling in the sunlight. A kaleidoscope of colors reflected off them, whisking me away to a world of fantasy. This little merry-go-round, this manege, is that what it... okay. Is that a merry-go-round? That's... Okay, so I was like, all right. What does Genso mean? Was all I had left of my father. I was rather fond of it. It reminded me of... Is Manege like menagerie? Because I know, that, but that's like a collection of animals. But then again, usually in a merry-go-round, it's not just horses. It's like a bunch of animals. So anyway, it reminded me of the Manege in my favorite picture book. I cannot pronounce that picture book name, so we're not even going to try. So it's a cute French name. There you go. My father had been an engineer for amusement parks. so he'd often visited them to admire his work. My fascination had begun there. Okay. Again, for someone who lost her memories, she remembers an awful lot. It's not like, I don't understand why, and then she goes to the amusement park and then she remembers. Like, she just remembers an awful lot for someone with amnesia, is all I'm saying. Unfortunately, I was told I received this particular trinket 7 years ago. I had no memories of it personally. Okay, there you go. It's from my father. I don't remember it, but I remember a lot of... Okay. Again, okay, so it seems like maybe there's a block of time that she's forgotten, but like her early memories, childhood memories of her parents and things and whatever didn't get deleted, but it's more maybe certain memories around the time of the accident because maybe they're pertinent to how the accident happened and it's a trauma response. So you'll be like, I can remember everything. I don't remember that whole entire year. And you're like, because it was a very traumatic year and you were in a terrible accident and you just block that one little piece. I'm going to assume that's kind of what's happening with her. Like she remembers her early childhood memories and her parents, but she's forgotten key pieces that somehow tie into, I'm going to guess, the accident and how it happened. She's like, I almost drowned. But you don't know that someone pushed you or was trying to murder you or something. You know what I mean? So, okay. All right. Fair enough. Still, memory or not, I'd always treasured it, and I always would. Maybe I will visit that amusement park. Yes, do it. Arnaud had offered, after all, and I genuinely wanted to go. All right, chores first. With a renewed sense of motivation, I set about my daily tasks. Oh, this background's cute. The little town's adorable. I finished my work around midday when the sun was high and left home. Following the map marked on the flyer, I sauntered through town. When are we going to the amusement park? I want to go too! I couldn't help but grin at the rowdy children. It wasn't every day such events occurred around here, so I empathized with their excitement. Absolutely not! They say those people have something to do with the Hamlin phenomenon. The what? What is Hamlin? Yeah, Hamlin, that's what she says. She's just making it up because she doesn't want to spend money. What? Why? The family turned the corner and promptly left earshot. What's the Hamlin phenomenon? Was she really making that up? It's an oddly specific thing to make up. She's like, they're involved, they're ghosts. But she's like, the Hamlin phenomenon. And they're like, the what now? Like, the kids know what the word phenomenon means. The question hung in my mind, but I continued on my way to the forest. Well, they might. As the buildings and bustle faded, the trees grew thicker. Birds chirped atop their branches, and squirrels scurried from limb to limb. What, you want patties? I'm using my hand to... I'm sorry. Come here. Come here and put my hand here. You want to snug? Oh my god, there's so much bird dander all over my freaking leg. You got paint feathers and you're just plucking them out. You could leave birdie dandruff all over. My pants are white and speckled now. They're supposed to be black pants. They're all speckledy because you're very dandruffy. Oh, poor baby. Oh, now you wanted petties and now you're going to bite? What do you want? He's a brat. The tranquility was contagious. What sort of amusement park is it, I wonder? My heart bounded in anticipation. Ow. I took a moment to breathe and calm my nerves before continuing. He bit at me. He's like, pet me and then bite. Pet me, bite. These are fancy-ass gates for a traveling amusement park is all I'm saying. Oh, you know what, though? It could be in... Well, no. I was going to say it could be inside of a park, but then they would be like, go to the park and then find the amusement park set up inside of it. You know what I mean? Kind of like you have fairgrounds and then you set up, like, fairs and stuff like that. But, like, this seems very fancy for traveling. I'm just saying, that is a structure. Like, damn, are you sure they're not They have magic. They absolutely do. Wow is right. There it proudly stood, right at the mouth of the forest. A pastel gate gave way to a large fountain around which numerous lovely attractions were centered. They even have a fountain! I mean, even from afar, the craftsmanship was something to behold. I couldn't take my eyes away. The entire affair looked like something straight out of a toy box. I could have sworn I just walked into a picture book. It's all so charming! I've never seen a park like this. I'm not sure who's speaking, but someone's saying, it looks even better up close, you know? Who is it? Oh, okay. Our other female character, aside from us and... was her name Alice? Arno's mom. I turned to the voice. A girl stood there. Her star-dappled uniform seemed plucked from the same whimsical story as the park itself. She's new best friend. The World of Dreams is only a ticket away. One adult, I assume. Yes, please. I timidly paid the woman for my ticket. Look at how cute the tickets are. Even the tearaway part's a little star. That's so cute! It really is. I found another smile sneaking onto my face. The staff lady smiled back, tearing off the stub and handing me the rest. She punctuated the transaction with a wink. Welcome to the Reeve. I'm gonna go with Reeve. Rev? Anyway. As opposed to Reeve? I'm not sure what the accent's supposed to be. Anyway, the traveling amusement park. We hope you have the time of your dreams. The girl gestured for me to enter. I passed through the gate with bated breath. Look, I'm not going to look up the names of books and everything, but I'll try to look that one up. Because I feel like they're going to say that one a lot. My eyes were drawn at once to the fountain, thoughts buzzing as to how they traveled with such a thing. How did they travel with the gate? I mean, also the fountain, but like... Elephants, which blew bubbles and sprayed water, adorned the circumference. Like, how adorable they blow bubbles, too. Children frolicked about, reaching out for the bubbles. I'm sorry, I now just need every park, amusement park, theme park, everything to have fountains that not only have little things that spray water, but also bubbles. I'm going to need a bubble fountain. And I need one of these in my life now. You can't just say that this exists and not give it to me. I want a fountain that's like, oh, it's the beautiful fountain. And then there's like little elephants or ducks or whatever around the outside that are just popping out bubbles. And it's a bubble fountain. It's like, I think we need this in the world. That would just solve, like 20% of our problems. Something smells good. And now she's going to talk about food and I'm hungry. It's lunchtime, so I'm hungry. The scent caused me to turn my gaze toward the many stalls set up on the right. Upon closer inspection, they were selling all manner of deviously tempting sweets, from, I don't know how to pronounce that, and pretzels, sugared fruits and cookies. Is it a gaufre? Or gaufres? Gaufres? I'm trying to put some kind of an accent on it, because, I don't know, I don't think it's a gaufre, it's like a gaufre? I don't know. But pretzels and sugared fruit and cookies, you know what they need to have? Elephant ears. Selling it right behind the elephant statue. Fried dough for, I'm not actually sure. Well, I grew up in Florida, so when we went to the state fair, they were elephant ears, which is literally just fried dough, but we didn't call it fried dough, we called it elephant ears, so. Not exactly sure regionally where that comes from, but... people of a region that call fried dough elephant ears. That's for you. Worm sandwiches, snacks, ball games, and other diversions also lined the counters. Something about these stalls feels off, though. I approached them to investigate. Oh. To my surprise, the booths were being manned by puppets. Perhaps that wasn't the right word. They were automated puppets, machines known as automatons. Oh! He's kind of cute and creepy. He's a little disturbing, but he's still adorable. It's the slightly dead eyes. Welcome, your order, please. One gaufre coming right up, or whatever you pronounce it. The automatons addressed and attended to the customers with pre-recorded phrases. Incredible. Machines with jobs? She's like, women can't have jobs, but the machines? Just kidding. Oh! There's our sexy glasses bastard. Oh, I'm sorry. My favorite, I think, listen, we know how much I love glasses, okay? They get me every time. But the best part about the characters with glasses is they always have a pissed off expression. They are always the ice daddies. They're always like, what? I'm angry. And then they're just the biggest fucking marshmallows. Oh, I'm so looking forward to you, sir. Listen, Hugo has all the flair in the world and I adore it, but like you're right up there too, because you got glasses. And you got that cold ass attitude, and I know you're gonna be the biggest frickin' marshmallow. It's my favorite. Is there a problem with the automatons? A tall man in uniform suddenly approached me. I knew at once he must have been with the park, and like, did you not just fall over with how gorgeous he is? This knowledge didn't make his gaze feel any less intimidating, though, or me any less like a frog in the sights of a hungry snake. That's a great analogy. Oh, no, I've just never seen one before. I see. Vast as the world may be, we're the only park to include automatons among our workforce. Your surprise is warranted. He's absolutely the perfect character. He's the perfect glasses character. He's like, your surprise is warranted. It's like, okay, logic. He's just a walking box of logic. He's just, that's why they're the biggest freaking marshmallows, because you act like you have no emotions. You're like a robot. You're a glasses robot, and I love it. You might as well be an automaton. Are you sure you're not an automaton with just like a human skin suit on? Like, not made out of human skin, but made to look like human skin, because otherwise that sounds gross, but... Rest assured, however, they are functioning as specified. You talk like one of them. I love him so much. The man said nothing more. He simply turned on his heels and left. I love him already. He didn't seem very amused for an amusement park employee. No, but that's why we love him. Oh, the bastard bespectacled boyfriends. I shook off the awkwardness and returned to browsing the stalls. Cheers suddenly erupted from the fountain. Maybe there's a show going on. I should go look. I headed toward the hubbub, only to find a young man putting on a performance. Okay, that's Crier. Okay. I don't think he has but now, he doesn't look like he has, like, cutesy boy voice. You know what I mean? I don't know what Leon looks like underneath the Brabbit suit. We're probably never going to find out. I was going to give him more the cutesy boy voice. So, he's got to have Mercy! You're too kind! We'll give him a little bit of the spunk. Because he's got to have spunky. Like, he has got the brightest, most adorable eyes. See? He doesn't have baby face. He's just got, like, slightly adorable but pretty face, you know? So, like, props so far. Maybe Leon does underneath the bunny suit. I don't know. But, you know, so far none of the characters that I saw in the thing had baby face. And I'm happy with that. Because the baby face ones aren't my thing. But, like, I could get behind all of them so far. But the show's just getting started. You folks ready for some real juggling? He does have a little bit. He's got a little bit of the baby, but not too much. It's just slight. It's slight. I like it. I like lately some of the games we've been playing, they have like characters, you're like, you got a little bit of baby face, but a little bit of adult. You got the nice kind of like in-between transitional face, where like there's a little bit of the cutesy, but it's not too, like you don't look 12. You know what I mean? He looks like he'd be our age. I'm fine with that. You there in the front, what's your favorite fruit? I like apples. Apples, eh? Like this one here? The boy produced an apple in his hand, seemingly out of thin air. Whoa! Now you in the back, what's your least favorite vegetable? He proceeded to materialize an apple, a radish, a mushroom, and strawberries, which he then began to juggle. The colorfully mismatched ensemble flew through the air and back into his hands with ease. He improvised all of that? The crowd only continued to grow. I can't see. I should probably move. There's plenty more to explore. I love how we're at least getting to see all of our love interests in the prologue. I offered my spot to the boy behind me and weaved my way back out of the crowd.
Thanks, lady.
Quietly wishing the child a good show, I soon escaped the fountain area. Next on my list was the area to the left with the teacups. Is it a teacup ride? Is it the teacup ride? Oh my god, it really is. I didn't notice it off to the right. Oh my god, right here, sold. Best ride ever. Teacups. Teacup ride is the best ride ever. I'm going to share the story again in case there's anyone new here. Okay? Or anyone who missed it when we were playing... Why can my brain not think? Anyway, anytime we've talked about teacup rides. Tengoku Struggle, and there was Goemon's Burning Cauldron ride. It was a teacup ride, okay, but it was a teacup. And teacup rides are the best, and I'm not even sure why I love them so much, because the first time I rode a teacup ride, well, okay, it might have been. I think I was like 5, and we were at Disney World, and I blacked out on the teacup ride. Like, I blacked out from spinning so much. And yet, here I am. I love roller coasters, but I will knock old ladies, children, and anybody out of my way to get on a teacup ride. Teacup rides are the best. Scramble my brain, I love them. Okay? Best thing ever. And me and my sister, I think we almost made my niece black out once. We were at like Storyland in New Hampshire. And they have like a little, I think it's actually like a little barrel ride. It's not teacups, but same thing, you know. And, you know, most people just sit on them and the thing goes around. It's like, no. You got to grab that wheel in the middle. Sometimes it doesn't spin, but it doesn't matter because if you just all hold on to it and you lean, you can make those fuckers spin so fast. And me and my sister were doing that, cracking our asses up laughing. And my poor niece was like, I think she was going to pass out. Oh, dear God. Oh, my God. They're the best. Anyway, I love teacup rides. Favorite ride ever. Actually, I would rank them. I love roller coasters, but I would rank them over roller coasters. I would. You know, roller coasters at least do, like, you could go on 10 different roller coasters with loop-de-loops and ups and downs and wooden roller coasters and, you know, whatever. Teacup rides are pretty standard. You don't need to have 10 different ones. But still could never go to a park or amusement park, theme park, anything without going on a teacup ride. Just can't do it. Anyway, what's that? A costume mascot of sorts strolled by the line of guests waiting for the ride. The lemon-colored droopy-eared rabbit wore the same uniform as the others and carried a flag with the park's insignia. See, I don't know because he's a rabbit. So I don't know what he looks like underneath, but we can just do a cutesy voice because that's the best we have for an adorable rabbit. And then you'd have to assume that the character, I don't think we're ever going to see him without the rabbit head. Not while we're playing here. But I'm hoping he has a face under there and it's not a romance in a rabbit suit because that's weird. But, I don't know that he's one of the love interests. I just know he's one of the main characters. So, I would assume that you have a voice for the rabbit and then you have a voice like, you know, I'm doing a cute voice. And then you have a normal voice for like when you're done. You know what I mean? Well, anyway, on my beat, everyone. We'll do a cutesy kind of voice. The rabbit began clapping and soon the guests followed suit. On rhythm, he started to move, jump, and spin around the line of people. I could just barely make out a star pattern on the suit beneath his uniform. So cute! Thanks, everyone! The line should get moving soon, so make sure to watch the person in front of you! With a wave of his flag, the rabbit left the guests. He looked this way and that. Eventually, our gazes met. How would you know? The glittering peridot-colored eyes fixed on mine. Hey there! Have you been to see the Manege? You have a Manege? Uh-huh! It's the Reeves' most famous attraction. It's just back there, so go take a look. Thank you, I will. The rabbit bowed, waved his little hand, then sauntered over to more guests. I wonder what it's like. Merry-go-rounds, that is, maneges, varied a lot from park to park. I was curious to see this one and how it compared to my father's music box. If it's as popular as the rabbit says, I've got to see it. I set out on the path he directed me toward. Scene transition! Okay, so we will, and this is where all of those nightmares happened. But we're at time. So we are going to stop here and we will continue next time. I am loving this so much so far. Partially because like when we start a new game, it's always exciting, but also I have been looking forward to this one since localization announcements came out and it was like this. I was like, yep. My eyes went right to it. I had no clue what it was about. I'm like, yes. I don't know what it is because I hate clowns, right? And you associate clowns with like circuses, but like circuses, amusement parks, and like things like that kind of, I don't know what it is. Like there's something about that vibe I'm here for. So even though this is an amusement park, it's not really a circus. But like if you put an amusement park, a circus, any kind of thing that fits in that little realm, there for it. Just not clowns. Not, okay, well, except for that one time in that, we know. Except for Radiant Tales Clown. That resident clown, our resident salty bitch clown. If clown, why hot? Honestly, I blame Japan for making clowns hot. Because, like, American clowns, creepy as fuck, get out of here. But they, for some reason, when they do games or anime, I blame Yana Tabosa for making clowns hot. Because she made Joker hot and Black Butler. And I'm just saying, and ever since then, it's been like, why? Why you gotta make clowns hot? And then they just do it, and I appreciate them for it, to be fair, because, again, clowns in the West are terrifying and scary and horrible, and they drag you into sewers and murder you, okay? Like, I don't care if it's Tim Curry in a costume. Listen, I know there's a modern day one, but I'm talking about the original. I know it's Tim Curry, but that doesn't stop it from being horrifying. Like, too convincing. Nuh-uh. No, go back and just go back and live in the Clue universe, okay? Okay? No. Clowns are horrifying. And then you have Japanese clowns when they put them in anime or games, and you're like, and now they're just hot. So, you know, still gonna question my sanity when I fall in love with a clown character, but again, when they're drawn, like, in anime or otome games, in, like, Japanese anime and otome game. I'm here for it. But anyway, I don't know why, because like you associate like, and circuses to be fair are like kind of horrible places. But when you have games and stuff set in those locations, I don't know, man. I just a little bit where I'm like, yes. And they just make me a little more excited. So I'm very excited for this. But we will continue next time. I'm hoping that the prologue chapters 1, 2, and 3 are very, very long. So we're here for a long time. Okay, I really am. Anyway, I will see you next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.